Collection development and maintenance is a crucial part of our roles in libraries. We must work diligently to curate and collect materials for our library users. Weeding unused resources is an important part of caring for your collection as it makes space for things valuable and useful to your users. Displaying materials is a fun way to highlight collections for your library users and should be done frequently. First things first, read your library's collection development policy so you know how your library systematically adds to and removes collections from your library. This document provides crucial structure for you as you work on collection development. It's important to tailor your selections to your community's interests. Remember who your users are and things important to the community, and respond accordingly to develop collections to mirror their interests. Talk to your users and find out what they like. You can create a focus group or even strike up conversations with users as they check out materials. Weeding is very important even if it's hard to do. We want to keep all the books, but in reality we can't. Libraries have limited space and we must make room for new materials by getting rid of the stuff that isn't being used by the library's community. Some important factors to consider are age and physical condition. Old, outdated material and materials that are damaged should be updated. Also consider series. If books 4, 5, and 6 circulate, but books 1, 2, and 3 don't, consult your collection development policy or supervisor to determine if you should keep the entire series set. Most importantly, work with technical services to get circulation and use statistics when weeding. A lot of data can be pulled from the system to tell you how to formulate a weeding procedure. Displays are a super fun way to feature materials for your users. Displays should rotate regularly to keep library users interested in the display areas. Updated and fresh displays encourages your users to consider materials that aren't on the new shelves or recently returned carts. Be creative with how you approach displays and think of new and exciting ways to use all your display spaces. Themes for displays are important to consider and help you decide what materials to use. Popular themes are holidays, like Christmas books or gardening in the spring. Staff picks is also a good theme to start with and engages your peers in the process. Think creatively about how you'll ask staff to suggest their favorite materials for you to display. Staff and libraries have different tastes in books, and staff picks can be a diverse and interesting display. Don't be afraid to mix your media. For example, if you're doing a display on science fiction, add in audiobooks and science fiction movies. The display should rotate around your theme, and you can pull a wide variety of materials to fit that theme, which also lets your users know about other formats your library carries. Props are great to include with displays. You can find interesting quotes to print off and display with your materials, or use things from programs. If you're doing a theme on gardening in the spring, maybe move a potted plant from one part of the library to display with your materials, or include some fresh or fake flowers to draw attention. Again, be creative. Libraries have lots of little trinkets that will work with displays, so hit up the storage closets and see what you can find that will work. Consider current trends or events to design a display around. If there's a funny meme going around on social media, use it and match library materials to the meme. For example, during Shark Week on TV, display books on sharks or stories about experiences with sharks. The possibilities are endless, and highlighting current trends in your community makes the library more relevant to your users, as they'll recognize the library is in touch with what's going on in the world around them. Be creative with your setup. Don't just shelve your books, but use book easels to display books front-facing. Vary books and props to break up long ranges of books users already see in the stacks. Limit your materials to make sure they are displayed nicely and readily viewable by your users. Make sure all your items are easily seen and visually appealing. Take steps back from your process to make sure your display is attractive and easy to use by your community members.